Hi and welcome to my PlayHouse, and today we're in the data center because we have a tiny little storage issue on the Synology NAS up here. So let's go to the computer and I'll show you that. Here we have my Synology box, and this is a 1219 plus rack mountable thing. And over here we get a warning. It's telling me that I'm out of storage. Oh, it's telling me that I'm now at 80% used storage. So let's go into the storage manager there. And it gets us an exclamation mark and an exclamation mark. We can't have that. A YouTube channel about server and storage running out of storage. No, it's not gonna fly. Let's see, volume 2. Apparently I'm on 25 terabytes out of the 31.2 terabytes. So I've used 80%, and that gives me a warning and an exclamation mark and stuff. So yeah, let's do something about that. We can't have that. It's no big deal. Like, there is still like 6.2 terabytes available on that drive. So it's not as if I'm in any hurry. That's like 2 years of filming at least. So I could wait 2 years and I would still be good. But never mind, let's expand. Someone has not been cleaning up after himself. We need to have a talk with that guy, because this is a mess. Oh dear. Well, some other day. I have a drive here for it. Lately, long, boring story, but shaking drives out of disk boxes isn't as good a deal as it used to be. So I have gotten another disk. This is not a cheap disk. It's a long story. It's a rather good disk. It's an Western Digital Enterprise drive. Looks like that. So we're gonna pop that in. It's a SATA drive, of course, because this server needs a SATA drive. It's 18 terabytes. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be replacing a 10 terabyte drive in my NAS up there. And this is the NAS, which is getting dusty. I'm only using the top 4 drives. The bottom drives are empty, except this one. This is another 10 terabyte that I have replaced quite a long time ago, but I want to keep it on 4 drives until I run out of disk space on all 4 drives. I'm probably never going to do that, but yeah, just for power usage, every time I add another drive, it's another 8 to 10 watts of power, and it adds up a little bit. So for now I have been adding, I've just been extending the drives every time I've run out, put in larger drives. So we're going to do that. We're going to replace drive number 4 over here. That's a 10 terabyte drive. We should see that at the computer actually. Okay, I see that I did actually show it, I just didn't talk about it. So we have drive 1, 2, 3, 4. And the 2 first ones are 12, they're 14 terabyte drives. They show up here as 12.7. Then the last one is a 16.4. That is really an 18 terabyte. Then the screen went into sleep mode. And the last one is a 10 terabyte, which shows up as a 9.1 terabyte. So we're gonna be replacing that one, and we're gonna get the same size as that one, I'm expecting. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna be taking this one out, but as I have some drive bays that are empty, we're just gonna borrow one of those. And then I think we had the screws in the last one. I believe I put a bag of screws in there, so I have them. Good. Okay, so let's have this. I will take this packaging out of there. This is not too stupid. I'm kind of impressed. Like cardboard packing. so that, well, it's kind of good, environmentally friendly-ish. So yeah, that's okay. I like the effort. Okay, so we're gonna pop this in, and I'm gonna put the 4 screws in the bottom of it. Okay, this is the last tray with the backup screws, so I'm gonna pop that in. It's not gonna make any difference. Just nice to know that it's somewhere where I need it. Then I'm gonna take out this drive, and then it's gonna be complaining because then it's gonna tell the system that it's missing a drive there. And if this is not a 10 terabyte, we're in trouble. But it is. It's a very nice 10 terabyte Western Digital red drive, which I'll ship that at some point, so I'll just leave that there. And it should start beeping at me. There we are. Then we're gonna take the Western Digital Gold drive, and the Gold drive is Datacenter hard drive. It says it right here, Datacenter hard drive. We're gonna pop that in right there. And then we're gonna go tell the system to use that drive. I just wanna check if it finds it. If it does anything on drive number 4 up here, it does not seem. Oh yeah, there it is. It will check it out, but I do have to go to the computer and tell it that it's okay to use that one. So now it went from yellow to pissed, because now it's really complaining that there's something wrong here. So we need to go and calm it down. We can repair now, and it asks us if we want to use this new drive. We do, and we get a new capacity of 41.8 terabytes. So that is quite a bit more than we had before. So we get quite a lot of extra space now that we are upgrading this. And it complains that the new drive that I popped in there is not on the Synology product compatibility list. That's unfortunate, but yeah, I'm not gonna mess with that. I'm just gonna pop it in. Apply. All data will be okay. Deleted, of course. So now it should have stopped beeping out there, and it should start rebuilding in here. And it popped that new drive in. It's initialized now. It's actually repairing initializing drive. So at the moment it has 47 plus 42. Why did that go down? Okay. But that is actually how easy it is to expand Synology NAS. It's of course a little bit dangerous because all of these 3 drives here has to be expanded out to the new drive, and while doing that, if any of these 3 drives decides that they have lived for way too long and dies in the middle of it, well, then the data is bye-bye. This is one of many backups, so I'm not that worried about it. Okay, so now I've showed you how it's done on a Synology NAS. I have the DIY here that I'm making, well, in the middle of making, and it has a bunch of drives in here, and on top it has an expander card. That expander card takes all of those drives inside of this box, and it makes it available through this cable over to the tiny Lenovo PC over here, which has an external PCI Express card on here. It's an HBA, and it is running TrueNAS. So I want to see if it's possible to expand TrueNAS with another drive. I installed ZFS 1, ZFS 2, ZFS Z2 I think we put on this, and I hear that it's not as simple. But to do this we needed a drive to put in here, so that's why this server is running. So and I just tested a drive here and it tested out to be very good. So I'm gonna turn off the awesome Lenovo/IBM X3650 Model 4 down here, and we're gonna take that drive and put it in the DAS. It's a DAS, direct attached storage. That's because this box doesn't do anything but present the drives to this one through that cable which is right there. I'm shutting down the server here. Normally I'll just take the drive out, but I'm shutting down the server anyway, so might just do it nicely. And I can take the drive out. And this drive is exactly like the other drives that I have in there. It's a SAS drive, and it's a 10 terabytes, and it's one of these, or is this, no, sorry, it's a Seagate. So to put the drive in there, I've put on the drive bracket here, so now I should be able to pop it in here. This is not as good as the other system, because it's DIY, and yeah, it's a bit more iffy and dodgy, but we'll get there. Now the drive is in, we need to put some power in. My mistake. It needs one of these cables which has signal and power on them, because it's a SAS drive. This is for connecting a SATA drive, and there is no space between the power and the signal connector here and the power connector here. There's a spacer. There's space for the plastic to go in between there. If we take a SAS drive, here we have a SAS drive, there isn't the same space there. There's nothing. The signal part and the power connector isn't separated. Impossible to see because of the light. It shines and brightens this up instead of going in here. But I added an extra disk, so now I should have 8 drives instead of 7 drives. Okay, so I'm booting TrueNAS. One thing, I figured out that I could power this adapter here from the power supply over here, instead of having its own power supply, an extra PC power supply sitting there. I just stole a cable and put it over there. I thought that was smart. Okay, here we are at the computer again, and this is the Synology NAS, and it's working hard. It's on step 1 out of 5 repairing, and it's messing with this volume 1 down here. That's a 2 terabyte volume, and it's been working for that for quite a bit, and yeah, it's doing what it should do. So I have TrueNAS over here, and it looks pretty good. It kinds of have a cool dashboard here. So yeah, let's see if we can expand our pool. Go into storage here, and we get the different storage. Are we in view? I made 2 drives on this last time. I made this TrueStore, on which I put all the 10 terabyte hard drives. There's on the TrueStore down here, there is 7 10 terabyte hard drives. So there is a total of 70 terabytes of raw. That comes out to 42 point something in real usable data, because I set it up with RAID set 2. So there is 2 disks security, which is a good thing because the drives that I'm using in here, some of them are a bit dodgy. The other one I call crap drive because those were two old crappy drives from old laptops, and each of them there are 320 gigabytes. It was like standard hard drives that came out of old laptops that I just stuffed in there for fun and giggles, and did a mirror out of them. I'm happy about that right now because now it says that I have one unassigned drive, and it actually also says add to pool, and I am excited to see if I can add this drive to that pool, and let's see if it's that easy. Add to pool. I can create a new pool or put it in an existing pool there, and we can select the pool, and that would be the total storage, true storage, true storage, and let's see, add drives. Does it do it? Is it adding another one, or is it putting it in the same VDiv? I have no idea, so I think we can just go next. If we break it, we break it. It doesn't look like it's gonna pop it into that array. Just looks like it's gonna make another VDiv and put that into this. That's not gonna give me the same kind of safety and security and stuff. I cancel it, and I'm looking at the different devices, and here is I have the 7 drives that is right now in that array. I have 2 cache drives. Someone suggested that I should have used 1 cache drive and 1 log file drive. That would probably have been smart. No idea if I can change that. But it looks like it calls these data VDivs. So maybe the new drive will just pop up in here. It does if I go in here and I go over it onto the TrueStore down here and manages disks over here. I do have 8 of them, and this one, which is apparently the new one, is not in any pool. I'm gonna try and add it to the pool and see what happens. Add to pool, existing, TrueStore, add disk, next, manual, select disk, hard drive, that one, select, there, update pool. Let's see what happens. If this craps out, I am willing to delete everything and start over. Let's see how it does this. Fetching data. Okay, so this is the same size as before, and that became a lock VDiv. I wasn't expecting that. How did that become a lock? That's not supposed to be a lock VDiv. Remove. Remove. So can we maybe remove one of these as well? One of the cache drives. Let's remove one of those as well. Remove. Okay, so far so good. So let's add to a system. Let's try and Now I have one of the SSDs and I have the 10 terabyte. Let's try and add the SSD to the lock thingy. Ah, I put it in here. Okay, so let's try. I think. Yes, let's see. One of the SSDs as a cache file and one as a log file. Let's see if that confirm. So we have that thing, and we have the log, and we have the cache. Nothing else. Okay. Could of course add the extra drive as a spare, but no. We're gonna try and see if we can expand. Add to pool. Can we expand the pool, or is it not able to do that? There. So that's the data part and not all of the other stuff. So let's save and go to review. At least one VDiv is required to make an update to the pool. No VDiv added. Okay, I need to go in here. I need to select the drive, that one, and add. At least 4 drives are required for. So it seems that ZFS is not as flexible as Synology SHR, Synology Hybrid Rate. I have been messing around with Synology NAS since 2011. Since 2011, I have been able to expand with more drives and bigger capacity without ever having to copy data out and put it in again. I have done that. I have backed everything up, but it has always shown that it wasn't necessary. Synology could do it by itself. I had a very good video where I spent like 2 weeks copying data, and Synology just fixed it in 15 minutes and there were no issues. I did need to move data to enable their new BTSF, the ButterFS, something that has improved things. But otherwise, I've always just been able to, all the way from 2 terabyte hard drives, and now I'm on 18 terabyte hard drives, just replace a drive at a time. And that has run smoothly. And it seems that TrueNAS, it's not able to do the same. It's not as flexible as the Synology Hybrid Rate. It can do other stuff, I'm sure, but well, this part it doesn't do. If I want to expand this, apparently I need to put another VDiv next to the one I have, and then those two can be combined. Might be very good for a corporate setup and high-end enterprise, might be fine. For my flexible use at home, it's a bit of a big solution if I just want to do if I just want to expand with an extra hard drive. I can go out there and I could put in one of those 10 terabyte hard drives that I have sitting loosely and import that into the Synology Hybrid Rate without any issues. I can even take a RAID card, a hardware RAID card from a server, and I would be able to make an array, and then when the array is done and I can copy data into it, I can add disks into that array. It's not always possible to take the drives out again, but I can add them. So more or less TrueNAS and ZFS is not as flexible in that regard. I did see a video that explained that you could actually, if you have, right now I have 10 terabyte hard drives in here. If I went and I replaced one drive at a time and put in 20 terabyte hard drives, one at a time, at the end of it, I would be able to expand the array and it would be able to use all the added space. But with Synology Hybrid RAID, I only need to change 2 drives to a larger size. The first time, if I have it full of 10 terabytes and I put in 12 terabyte, the first time I do that, I don't get any gains out of it because the security on that is the largest drive. But as soon as I put in the second drive of 12 terabytes, I actually gain 2 terabytes in my array. And that is also why the Synology Hybrid RAID gave me a lot of extra data when I added that 18 terabytes, because now I have 2 18 terabytes in here. So the second 18 terabytes, I gained a lot of extra storage because it now has a body to lean up against. So second video on TrueNAS and I already ran into a wall. So more or less I need to put in all the drives into the DIY dash before it makes any sense to create that array. That's a bit of a shame. Okay, if you totally disagree and think that I'm talking rubbish here, please do leave it in the comments below so that I can get smarter. Yeah, apparently it's time to stop. So thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again. Remember to like this video and have a really nice day. Bye bye.